I have been following the aftermath of John Oliver requesting his viewers to go to the FCC website and leave comments about preserving net neutrality, which I would also recommend you do if the FCC was still taking public comments on the matter. They're not. Shortly after John Oliver's show is over, the FCC's website was flooded with people leaving comments. At some point, the entire website crashed. Normally, that would just be a footnote in the news. However, the FCC has claimed that the website was attacked, that someone had launched an attack known as a distributed denial of service. This kind of attack on a website is done by creating thousands and thousands of connections to one server. I'm oversimplifying a little bit here, but each connection requires a certain amount of processor time on the server. There's a limited amount of processing that the server can do, so if there is too many connections, the server simply stops responding. These kinds of attacks are hard to defend against because it looks just like an increase in traffic. Almost as if some famous TV personality told their audience to go to a particular website and fill out an opinion poll. Naturally, some people are skeptical about the FCC's claims of an attack, and they're demanding that they show proof. There's also been accusations of treachery. Some are claiming the FCC intentionally closed the website to prevent people from posting pro-neutrality comments, or even that they launched the attack themselves. Considering the current FCC chairman, Ajit Pai, has made it clear that he is very much anti-net neutrality, I personally am not going to rule all of that out, especially in light of other recent news. But based on my personal experience with the FCC website, I have a feeling it's really just incompetence. Back in 1997, two friends and I were doing a bit of research on broadcasting laws. We went to the FCC website to find information. We were surprised to see a message that read, "The FCC website is only available during office hours." It was quite clear the FCC didn't quite understand the advantage of the newer technology. This gets a little bit stranger. Shortly after the claims that a DDoS attack was launched, people noticed that many of the comments for rolling back neutrality were all the same. The message was written by a group called the Center for Individual Freedom. Others also noticed that the names being used was a match for stolen identities. Based on the rate in which anti-net neutrality comments were being left, it was very obvious that someone was using a botnet to post these comments. Meanwhile, the FCC has not provided any proof of an attack, or have shown any concern of comments being clearly the result of an automated system using stolen contact information. And the FCC has also closed the comment section temporarily to, quote, provide the FCC decision makers with a period of repose during which they can reflect on upcoming items. Which, to me, proves once again, 20 years later, the FCC still doesn't understand the advantages of websites. Websites that are built to interact with the public should automatically be able to hold incoming comments. A little history. The FCC was established in 1934 to create and enforce rules for radio. They also covered TV because it's radio with pictures. Cable TV is just TV over a wire. Satellite TV is just TV over microwaves. The FCC wasn't in charge of phones until 1996. And that's when the internet starts growing. And it doesn't fit the mold of any of the industries that the FCC has been dealing with for the previous 60 years. There are parallels to telephone companies, but it doesn't quite fit that business model. There are more parallels to cable companies, but that doesn't fit it either. My personal opinion is that the FCC has no idea how and why the internet works. And I don't mean the technical TCP/IP packets. I'm referring to why people want high-speed internet connections in their house, and why so many services are dependent on internet connections. Or they're even unaware of how many cottage industries depend on the internet to work. And then there are the lobbyists for cable companies that are doing everything they can to prevent the entire cable TV industry from vanishing because of the internet. As long as net neutrality is upheld, cable TV companies' current business models are incapable of competing with the internet. But rather than adapt, they're just trying to legislate roadblocks in the way of a new industry. And that is not an open market, or even a fair market. Just as I was setting up to record this video, I saw headlines on Slashdot that say that the FCC has voted to do away with net neutrality. Yeah, that's not going to help with the drastic lack of trust people have in the US government at all. And the FCC will also honor the fake comments posted by the botnet. Kind of fishy, considering they wouldn't even offer to verify the comments. Seems especially shady when you know that Ajat Pai used to work for Verizon Communications, the second largest financial backer of the anti-net neutrality lobby. Thanks for watching, and good luck. To subscribe, click the channel icon on the top left. Top right is the previous video, and below that is a random suggestion from YouTube. Thanks again.